R/advice. Okay, priority 5579. Possible daughter from a one night stand 23 years ago. I'd like some input on what you all think I should do. First, a little backstory. I'm 45 now, but back in 2002, when I was 21, I was visiting a friend in college about 100 miles away from home. I met a woman at a bar/club and we hit it off. She was from a city in Florida where I just vacationed and had showed me her ID to prove it, which is how I learned her full name. We both ended up pretty intoxicated, and after some NSFW flirting, we decided to do something really crazy that we both would never do and hooked up in the back of a friend's car. We were walking back to the bar and was about to exchange numbers, but my friends pulled me away and I ended up going to a house party instead. I tried finding her afterwards, but this was before the internet was what it is now, and I couldn't track her down. I just kind of let it go, justifying it as I was probably just another random hookup of hers, and eventually forgot about it. Fast forward to recently, a conversation with those same friends around the holidays made me think of her again, and randomly her name popped into my mind. I googled her name and found out she was married. I found a profile on Facebook. She's married with teenage kids now. But then I came across a photo from a few years ago where she's celebrating someone's 21st birthday. The caption said something like, "Can't believe my baby's 21." That caught my attention because, based on the timing, if I had gotten her pregnant that night, the age of her kid would match up. Then I found a post from the same kid on Father's Day where she says something like, "You might not be my biological dad, but you're still my father." This got me thinking. The girl looks so much like one of my nieces, almost like they could be sisters. It's freaking me out. At this point, I'm unsure if I should try to reach out to her. I feel like I might be overthinking things, but the possibility is really bothering me. They all seem to be doing really well and look happy, so I'd love to know if there's any way to find out for sure without making contact first. Or maybe I should just leave it alone.
So, what do you think about the story?
Um, it's definitely a hard situation for OP because it seems like he doesn't want to mess up his potential daughter's life, because of a parent coming into your life 21 years later is it's hard to do, especially when they already have another parent on the mother side. But
I get, I get what
you can
you
go. You
mean. I get what you mean. You don't want to disrupt the way of their lives and stuff like that just to appease your things. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
like
you
your
don't know if
conscience.
they're exactly your conscience. You don't want to. If they really wanted to figure out what they want to do, contact the mother because it's possibly their child, your child, and you want to talk to her about what that you think that child is yours because it kind of looks similar to you, and maybe they have the right to know. Most people have the right to know where they came from and all that other stuff. And plus, sometimes there's genetic
Disease.
diseases that you can get. So it's also good for to know their medical history if it's genetics or something like that.
Yeah, but I see why the is kind of worried about this because like it's been 23 years according to the post,
And
and you just see a kid that looks really similar to people in your family and the time matches up. But I think you were definitely right. I don't think you should contact the kid directly. It's better to go through the mother to make sure, everything. Because, I mean, if anything, the mother can just get a DNA test done for him or something along those lines if he really wants to know. You know what
it's,
I mean?
I know what it means, but even if he wants to, you know, possibly have a relationship with her, like father-daughter relationship, even though she's like in her 20s or like she's adult already, that
Yeah.
maybe she doesn't want him to be around because like he wasn't there for most of her life, and her stepfather was, and still. you don't know where that is gonna lead to. You want to make
Yeah.
sure that everyone's happy in that situation, not just only you. And that's why I do agree that they should go to their mother to see how their kid would react if you came out of the blue saying, "Oh yeah, I'm your father," and especially if you're gonna be there instead of just like, "Oh, I'm your father," and just pops out.
Yeah. Because that's a hard situation for, well, the kid's an adult now, but it's still a hard situation for a random person to come into your life and say, "Oh, I'm your dad. I haven't seen you in like 20 something years
Or I haven't
because."
been present in your life at all.
Yeah, it's just like I get what the OP wants to know if it's his daughter or not, but it's like that's a there might be some other ways to do it, but it's just this is a rough situation because it's like we are talking about before, the kid might not even want to know all this stuff because who knows what's going on in the kid's life right now.
Yeah.
I mean, the daughter.
From r/advice, Specialist Coast 576. My wife hates her job but is consistently procrastinating filling out job applications and makes excuses every day. Hey everyone, this is self-explanatory, but but here's some more context. She's been working in early childhood care for a while and hates her job. The commute is long, she doesn't get along with the people there. She feels worn out every day and she doesn't see future there. She's she's been complaining about it for months and complained about previous early childhood roles as well. She knows she wanted to get out but has been refusing to fill out job applications and making excuses every night. She's too tired, has a headache, she doesn't feel like it, etc. She's also not applying to jobs that aren't out of the field she hates. Despite having a 4-year degree, she thinks that she's not qualified. We are still young in our mid 20s, and it's too much work. If she just not going to get it, I've tried to tell her that she's limiting herself. She has a tendency to undersell herself in every regard, and that she needs to find a role that either an off ramp out of early childhood or completely out of the field. She agrees, but still never fills out anything besides the easy apply ones that she doesn't even want if she gets an interview request. Recently, she told me that I was pressuring her too much and asking me whether she filled out the application made her feel like it was homework, so I tried not to bring it up as much. Now I feel like I'm enabling her to apply, continue to undersell herself, and underestimate what she's capable of, and not pushing her to improve her situation. I feel very frustrated that she's not working to improve and still complaining consistently about how much she hates her job and her field. I guess my question is, how do you think I should proceed with this? Tell her I'm frustrated and rehash it, stepping back and see what she does? How do I handle frustration that comes from her complaining without doing anything to address the situation? Thanks for the advice. So, what do you think about that story?
It was definitely an interesting situation to be in because like he doesn't want to potentially mess up his relationship with his wife, but he wants her wife, yeah, his wife to be happy in the job, and you because obviously if it's better to have a job you like than a job you despise,
I, mean,
even
I,
if
hmm?
oh no, you're good.
Yeah, like what a lot of people has been saying to me, like, to get a job that you like, because I'm also in the same situation that I don't know what I want to do, and in this story they said they went to college for a couple times for a degree that in childhood care, and they hate it, and it's a lot. It's always like something like you could hate the job and not like it and want to do something else, and too afraid to go to college, or you don't have enough, you know, you don't want to waste time because you want to live your life instead of going to school or going to trade school. There's many options that you want to do, and especially like we're in our 20s, um, that we have to figure out what we want to do, something that we enjoy doing, like even though we're not limited to just minor things, we can do many things that we want. There's many jobs, many things that there weren't there in the past like they were used to.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many different things you could do now. Like even you have a hobby, you can like like you said before, they could start an Etsy or something if the wife likes to make stuff. There's so many different things you could do to make money with the current age of technology we have. Like, I mean, the sky's the limit.
And especially now, except for like some stuff that's being taken over by AI, but there's like stuff that you can do with your hands, like arts and crafts, being an artist, making furniture and stuff like that,
Yeah, but if for people who go to college, you have to make sure, it's not just about the salary. It's about if you like doing it. You want to make sure it's something you enjoy because you don't want to be stuck in like a dead end job where you hate going to work every day.
And
Like,
especially, hmm? You can
oh no, I
continue.
was just gonna say
I
no, you're good. I was just gonna say like you don't want to have to. It doesn't. You don't want it to have to be a battle every day to go to work. You just want to go do your job, get paid, and then that's it. You go enjoy the rest of your life.
yeah,
You're
but
good now.
you should. I mean, you should have a job that you will enjoy for the rest of your life, than have a job that you're miserable half the time. I mean, you should have a life that you can enjoy and not something that you regret.
Yeah, but especially with these colleges, like you have to be careful because it's like you'll be told, like for example, guidance counselors, they'll tell you about college, like makes you go, all this stuff. But then you also have to look into your major. You have to see if you get any scholarships. You have the price. There's so much stuff you have to look into for this, and you have to be careful because student debt doesn't go away. Like some people are still paying that thing down even now. So you just gotta be careful.
Yeah, and there's also like maybe you don't like the career. Maybe you want to try something else, and you're putting a lot too much money into it and just don't like it. I mean, I feel like you should try to find something that you like before you start your
Investing in your
life into like college, trade school, and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Enjoy your life. Everyone should do that.
yeah. I mean, you only live once, bro.
Yeah, and our lives are short, especially when you start raising a family of your own.
Yeah,
Can't
especially
really.
if you have kids. That's a life changing thing right there.
Yeah, because you're gonna be changing your lives and their lives, especially if you're single right now and you change your job like there's no consequences and you don't have to worry about like uh, getting your pay like decrease. But with the raising a family, you would have like or having a family, would you have to worry about the income of it, because you could have more or you could have less depending on what you want to start, you know.
Yeah,
But it's a pretty difficult decision to make, you know, especially with not trying to pressure your loved one into like what job they want to do, you know, or
yeah, that's a big one.
you know, like okay, he wants to make sure his wife's happy instead of you know pressuring her into something that she doesn't like.
Yeah, it's a tough situation, but it's better to try to fix that now than
When you have a
wait.
family and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. But hopefully, OP figures out what he want. Oh, a good way to do it. I mean, a lot of the comments are pretty good.
They were good until they deleted the post that we saw a couple of minutes ago.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but it's okay.
Okay, but hopefully they could see our advice, you know. Um,
Yeah,
who knows? But hopefully they actually find a way to communicate and have a better ending, you know,
yeah. Communication is key.
and have a job that they like instead of the job that they hate,
That's all you can do.
and anything you can wish for.
R/advice. Smooth Pineapple 5. My girlfriend is insecure about my late ex, and I don't know how to move forward. Hi everyone. I'm really struggling and could use some outside perspective. I was in a relationship for 7 years with my ex. We broke up, but not on bad terms. Sometime later, she got into an accident and passed away. During her last few months, I was there for her, and after she died, I got a tattoo in her memory. I'm still in contact with her sisters because we built a real bond over those years. Now I'm in a new relationship with my girlfriend. She has depression and struggles with a lot of insecurity and abandonment fears. From the beginning, the fact that I had such a deep past relationship has been very hard for her, especially because my ex passed away and not because we moved on naturally. Over time, this has turned into constant conflicts. She feels like she's competing with someone that's no longer here. The tattoo, the fact that I still care about my ex's family, and even just mentioning my past sometimes makes her feel bad. She becomes very distressed, and some say that everything I do proves that I don't love her enough or that she'll never be enough for me. I try to reassure and explain that my past doesn't take away from what I feel for her now, but it feels like nothing is ever enough. Any boundaries I try to set. Today we had a big fight. She was very upset and I tried to calm things down, but I was already exhausted and frustrated. I ended up speaking very firmly and told her that this dynamic is not healthy for me and that I don't want to keep living like this. She says everything is my fault, that I hurt her deeply, and that I'm responsible for how bad she feels. I love her, but I feel emotionally drained and stuck between wanting to be supportive and needing to protect my own mental health. I don't want to be cruel, but I also don't want to lose myself trying to fix something that I don't think I can fix alone. How do I move forward from here that's fair for both of us? Am I being selfish for wanting to step back, or is it okay to choose myself in this situation? So, what do you think of the story? Like, what do you think about this OP situation?
I think it sucks pretty bad, honestly. You know, you cannot win with your girlfriend being way too insecure, even if the person's dead. You know, even though you didn't really break up naturally. You know, it sucks that they died and they'll have insecurities like a lot of most people do. I know I do, you know, with the worry that you're not probably good enough, but they're taking it to the next level, you
Extremes.
know?
Yeah.
Next level that you're making it emotionally draining for the other person and stuff like that. I mean, even though communication with relationships should be both ways, you know, make sure one of both of you are comfortable in the relationship, you guys are happy and stuff like that. And without communication, just blaming one person like, oh, it's your fault, blah blah blah, and stuff like that. It's not really that great. Even though you try to be supported, no matter you want, it's not gonna be able to fix anything, you know?
Yeah, it seems like a really unhealthy situation to be in because, like, yeah, I mean, his girlfriend did die, his previous one, and he was with her for 7 years. He's not gonna, obviously, he's still gonna remember some stuff, especially since she died. And still talking to the family, I mean, it makes sense. They were dating for 7 years, according to the OP. But it's like, just like you said, communication is really important, and it seems like OP's trying to do that, but according to like the insecurity and the abandonment that she thinks might happen, it's a tough situation. But it's like a lot of these comments are also saying you really have to think about like your mental health in these situations. You don't want to destroy yourself trying to do something that you might not be able to do. You may or may not be able to do. And obviously, I'm not saying to break up with her immediately. I mean, therapy is also a good thing they could try. Maybe couples therapy is really good,
Yeah.
but it's like there has to be some type of what's the right word?
Deeper
Just
meaning? I don't know.
kinda. It's like there has to be some type of thing for both sides because it's like you said, the girlfriend shouldn't be blaming OP for everything that's happened about her feeling bad about herself because on multiple occasions it seems like OP has said that this all the stuff in the past that he still does love you. I mean, yeah, love her, and he wants to try to fix it, but it's mentally draining to be doing this, and especially if he's getting blamed for everything. It's just not healthy for either of them. So yeah, I think therapy would be a really good option. But if that doesn't work, you may just have to cut her off because it's not healthy for either of them to be in the situation. If the girlfriend's just constantly thinking that she's not good enough or something along those lines, and then that's also causing him to have a bunch of issues with his mental and all that, then it might just be best to like just end it because you don't want it to become even worse, you know? Because I mean, the longer you have, the more you learn more about each other the longer together. So you don't want it to potentially get even worse than it currently is.
Like you
You know
said,
what I mean?
you don't really want to be in a toxic relationship because you want to be in a healthy relationship because you don't want to be blaming each other consistently and all that other stuff, you know. Sometimes it's better off, ending stuff. If you put too much effort into fixing it and the other person doesn't want to fix it with you, it's maybe just better off just ending it because you should be happy, and if you're putting too much effort in them that you want them to be happy and all this stuff and it's draining you and all that stuff, it's not good for yourself, you know.
Yeah. It's like you said, they have to she has to, well, it's a two-way streak. He can't be the only one trying to work through this, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, you guys, that he needs to they both need to do 50-50 on working this thing, not 90-10%, 50-50. That's what all relationships be.
Yeah, it's a
50-50 on
partnership.
working on everything, you know? Exactly.
Yeah. But therapy, definitely a good idea for the girlfriend, I think.
Therapy, couples therapy. If you can afford it, then they should go to you, and to find a deeper thing.